Hey brewers, doing a decoction today. Good morning brewers, welcome to brew day. I've just pulled the grandfather out before I go and rinse it. Put this in. Now we can go and rinse. Do it first. You'll thank me when you make that your first brew step. So, just getting ready with my brewing salts. And the council here, I think they might have upped their chlorine dose again. So, need a bit of sodium met. So with my brewing salts, because I'm only brewing with a base malt today, I just going to have to make sure my pH is right. So to do that, I'm going to do half a teaspoon of gypsum and 1.5 teaspoons of calcium chloride. I'll go add that to my strike water. Okay, we're at strike temp. Got our sparge water heating, and we're going to mash in. In case you're wondering what I'm doing a decoction mash today. And so, just a single decoction. So what you've got to do is pull the thickest third of the mash, and about a third they say. So I put in 4 kilos of grain. Let's say the grain absorbs 90% of its weight in water. That makes a total of 7.6 kilograms. So divide that by 3, looking at 2.53 kilograms. I think we'll be close to that now. I do apologise for the poor lighting. And so when you're decocting, you want to be always stirring this. That's sort of to keep it from sticking and scorching the bottom. I'm using an induction cooker that I can control by so it goes up to 2000 watts, and I can adjust it by 200 watts at a time, so I've got it on low power. And once I get this to boil, I will decoct for about 15 minutes to make sure I get some nice melanoid and malty depth. This decoction is just about coming to the boil, so I'll see you when I'm putting it back into the main mash. So the decoction is over, and I've got some nice colour into the grain. Time to add it back into the mash. Flies are rampant. So my decoction went for 15 minutes once the grain started to boil. So it took about maybe 10 minutes to get to the boil because I did it slowly, and yeah, then 15 minutes from there. Now that I've finished the decoction, I'll mash for about another 45 minutes at 67. Just doing the mash out now, so I've upped the temperature to 77. Look at how clear that wort is. So clear. Okay, the sparge is done. I didn't film it because I figured you've seen me sparge before. It's just pouring water, 76-degree water, into the malt pipe. Right now it's coming up to the boil, and I'm just making sure there's no grain that made its way into the boil kettle, and as you can see there's really not much coming through at all, so that's a good. You'll notice, yes, it's a pale beer, and that's just because I had some old grains and I wanted to do a decoction mash. So it's an ancient style, the decoction, and I figured I could be a little bit creative in how I qualified my my year. So I won't brew another pale lager that doesn't involve some sort of older process. Yeah, so decoction mashing today. Alright, coming up to the boil, I'm going to use some Magnum, just because I don't have enough SARS hops to do a boil addition and get it up to the right IBU. So I'm doing I think a half ounce of Magnum addition and then a heap of SARS at the flavour addition, but I'll show you that when we come to it. Alright. Okay, the rain's really coming down here, so we're just got 40 grams of SARS hops. Well-flock tablet. And one teaspoon of yeast nutrient. Ten minutes left in the boil, and then I'll start my chilling. Okay, just coming up to the end of the boil. Turn the boil off. Put the pump on, and I've got water flowing through my plate chiller over there. Because I don't want to put any more bitterness in from the hops, I really wish I had a stand for this. I should rig something up. Yeah, I don't want to extract any more bitterness from the hops to add to this beer. Yeah, and so I take out the hop spider, and that reduces the amount of extra isomerization that occurs and brings the bitterness on. So and I find I get a clearer wort, and because I want this to be a really cleared pale lager or pilsner, I chill the wort inside the grain father and then that gets the cold break and leaves it inside the grain father, and not much of it makes it into the fermenter. I find I get a cleaner beer faster, and yeah, I like it. So I'll come and see you when I'm transferring to the fermenter. Okay, brew day's over. I had to I can't get the wort cold enough out of the tap with the counterflow chiller, so I've just I had to put it in the fermentation fridge for a couple of hours while it came down to pitching temp, and now I've aerated the wort and sprinkled on the dry yeast, which I'm using 3470 again, just because the S189 I just don't know if it was heat damaged or whatnot, but it took a long time to, well, I read it takes a long time to get started, but it was 3 weeks it was still fermenting, so I think it was just it got damaged during the summer travel, and I'll have to get another packet. But it was a good brew day. Got a really good mash and brew house efficiency, and can't wait to give this decoction pilsner a go in a few weeks. Till next time, happy brewing.